I'm going to run through how to change the featured image on the collection items to be the actual rug photo, now that you've got a few of those happening in Dropbox, as well as how to add the grid of thumbnails below the image slider so that when you do click on the image you can scroll through the images in the lightbox or in the pop-up. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one of the Indigenous collection items because I see that there's some updated images in the Dropbox. So I've chosen this smoke colorway. So that particular one is this page here. So we'll change the featured image so that this is a rug photo, and then we'll add a grid of images underneath here so that when you click on them you can scroll through in the pop-up. We'll also change these thumbnails so that they function the same as well. So I'll head back to WordPress and edit the smoke page. And first thing I'm going to do is remove the computer generated image that's there and upload the new one. Bit of a tip, what I would do with all the images or any images that I uploaded to the website before uploading them is rename them to use some keywords that are relevant to the Topeti website. Google can't read images, it's just a file, a picture. So one of the ways we can help it determine what our picture is about is by adding some keywords into our file name. So perhaps it would become, water dreaming, Indigenous rug collection, Topeti smoke, rather than Salsamp Go3, which doesn't mean anything to Google. This will help Google with its ranking and ordering of our website going forward. So that's just a little tip. Obviously you don't have to do that, but that's something that will make a difference to your SEO. So I'll go ahead. What I also had to do was, from the images in Dropbox, is rotate them. A lot of them are horizontal, the rug shots, so I've rotated that to portrait, and I'm going to upload that file. So there we go, it's uploaded. We also want to copy that description into the alt section. This is another SEO tip. Google looks at this particular field when ranking images as well, or ranking images, ranking pages. So I'll go ahead and set the featured image, and you can see that appear there. This particular slider is set to always show that featured image as the first image in the slide. So if you click that pencil there, you'll see that the source there is the featured image. If you didn't want to have that image there, you can just delete it and add another one. I'm not going to do that now. But to add the grid of images underneath, we're going to go ahead and click the plus at the bottom and type media to bring up this grid. And here is where we're going to upload our images. So this particular grid element, you can choose how many columns to display in your grid. I'm going to choose 3. They're all going to be 3, but obviously that number could be different, but for the sake of consistency, let's keep it at 3. Then I'll upload the images, the other images that I want to showcase. So pop those in there. And add images. So there they are there. I'm going to change this gap to 20 and then click save. So now I'll go ahead and update the page. And refresh the smoke page. You can see that our new featured image is there. And when we click on these gallery, on the media grid items, they just keep scrolling through the different options that are there. So that's how we add the media grid underneath the slider. The next thing we'll change is the samples. So similar process, what we're going to do, this is that section just here. What we're going to do is add a media grid again. And upload the sample images that we'd like to use. I think the coastal version is here. I'm going to say rug sample. So I'm going to select that one. I hold down the Command key and that will let me select another option as well, and then I'm going to add them. So there's my items there. Change that gap to 20 again. Some of the rugs I noticed have more variations than others, so if there was 4 colour variations, you could definitely change that to 4. I'll go ahead and do that to show you how it works. So I'll click Save. Then we're going to drag our media gallery up underneath the Available In section. And we're going to get rid of the thumbnails that we had there before. Now, because we've chosen to have a row with 4 columns, so 1, 2, 3, 4 thumbnails across the page, we're going to change our variation grid to also be 4 columns. We also want to make sure that you can see here in our media grid that our coastal image is the first image and our smoke image is second. What we want to do is make sure that these links to the pages, are also in the same order. You can choose which order they're in. I just made them match the way that they currently were, but if we wanted to have this option first and the coastal one second, we just switcheroo. We just have to make sure we drag these links into the right order. So I'll go ahead and update that. And now refresh. And there's our thumbnails. So when I click on that, I can just scroll through to the next colour. And we also have a link through to the different pages, so the user can click on coastal and take them straight to the coastal page.